Hello family, welcome back to the channel. I hope that you are all doing very well. In today's video I am going to show you how to make a seafood boil. Yes, I know I have been wanting to make a seafood boil for the longest time. I have finally come around to do it. Okay, so if you are interested to find out how I make these, then stay tuned and let's get started. So to start off, obviously we are making seafood boil. So I have my seafood. I have got some prawns, some lobsters. Yes, honey, lobsters. Some crabs. I've got some crab legs. Yes, I've chopped my crabs up because that's what I wanted to do. Okay. And then also I have got some corn. My corn is already cooked, so frozen one. And I've also got some sausages, some eggs, some potatoes. I couldn't find those red potatoes, but hey, it's not a big deal. If you can find those, then of course use them. I've got some garlic, some spring onions, some onions, and some lemons to go as well. And then for seasoning, there is quite a fair bit of seasoning, but I will list everything in the description box below, so do not worry, okay? So I've got some paprika powder, some lemon and herb peri rub, some chili powder, some Cajun, garlic granules, peri seasoning, some all-purpose seasoning, you know I love that, a little bit of salt, some fish seasoning, 2 Maggi bouillons, and some unsalted butter, okay? So to start with, I've got a very big pot with some water, and to this I am adding in my fresh parsley and some onions, some spring onions as well, and my garlic. I'm going to add in some lemons because it's just nice to have some lemon when you're cooking seafood. It just helps everything taste quite nice, okay? And then I am going to be adding in all the seasonings that I showed you. So I will list everything in the description box below. You can use any other seasoning of your preference, which is fine. But I find that these seasoning worked really well with all the seafood, okay? And just put in any amount that you want, obviously not overdoing it, but if you want more chilies, hey, go ahead and add more chilies. It is your food, so it has to taste the way you want it to taste, okay? At this point I kind of felt like I was making soup, but we move, yeah. I've also added in some all-purpose seasoning, of course, you know, my favorite seasoning in the world, and then some salt to taste as well. Then I'm just going to stir everything up, and then I am going to start cooking all my ingredients. I am starting with my potatoes to allow this to also soak in all the spices and seasoning that I've just put in the pot. And I'll be cooking my eggs separate, okay? I mean, the egg is not going to soak up anything in the shells, all right? So now that my potatoes are cooked, I checked they are fully cooked. I'm just going to be removing this out of my pot. I kind of struggled to remove my potatoes, of course, because it's got all the other stuff in there. But eventually I used my tongs and everything was good, okay? Don't be like me. Use tongs straight away, okay? So after I have successfully removed all my potatoes, I'm going to go ahead and add in my crabs and also my lobsters. To be honest, you can just use, normal fish if that's what you really and truly prefer, just to cook a bit of fish and then add the sauce on top of it. It is going to taste really nice as well. Just do as you please, okay? And now I'm going to go ahead and add in my corn. Like I mentioned before, my corn is already cooked. It's just frozen. So I'm just going to put this in so that it can also absorb some of the seasoning, okay? So because it's already cooked, I'm just going to be removing this from the fire after about 2 to 3 minutes. So I want to cook my prawns, but obviously I don't want them to get lost in that big pot as you saw me struggling with the potatoes. So I'm just adding a bit of the stock into another pan, and to this I will be adding in my prawns so that it cooks by itself and I can sort of take it out easily. I will also be adding in my sausages as well, just so that it can all absorb the flavors and add some more flavors to the seafood as well. So I allowed this to cook for about 2 to 3 minutes, as we know that you can't really overcook prawns. It's a no-no. So I literally let it sit for about 2 minutes and then I remove this from the stock. So now I'm going to be making my sauce. Okay, this sauce makes all the difference in this seafood boil. It is so, so good. I've added in some unsalted butter into my pan and I'm just going to allow this to melt a little bit. Then I am going to add in my chopped onions and garlic. If you don't really like sort of the chunky onions and the garlic, you can always substitute it with some onion granules or garlic granules as well. But if you use the actual onions and garlic, it tastes really, really good that way. Then to this, I am adding in some fish seasoning. I'm just roughly eyeballing the measurements of the seasoning because that's what I do. But just taste as you go and you'll be able to see what you like and what you don't like, okay? I'm also adding in some chili powder. This is, of course, to your preference and to your taste. If you wanted to make it extra spicy, by all means, go ahead and do so. Also, some paprika powder. We are basically using the same seasoning that we use to put in the pots of water, okay? More garlic because garlic, okay, makes everything taste nice. Comment below if you agree with me, okay? I've added in some all-purpose seasoning as well. And then I'm just going to give everything a nice stir and I'll just leave this to boil for a little bit. So I will now add in a bit of the stock into the sauce as well to give it extra flavor and to thin the sauce out a little bit, okay? This is really, really crucial. Just add the stock into the sauce and it makes all the difference, okay? Now allow this to sit for about 2 to 3 minutes. And now we are ready to go. I'm just going to put everything in a bowl and get ready to serve my seafood up. It was so, so good and it's so simple. Just cook everything and just add your sauce on top of it. It's that simple. You have to give this a try, okay? Of course, this is a seafood boil, but you can literally use any meat of your choice if you prefer. You can just use any meat and just stick to the same sort of principle, and it is going to taste good. Okay. I'm just trying to rearrange the seafood, and this lobster was just, not having it. But hey, I am going to win at the end of the day. Now that I've got everything ready, I am going to be adding my sauce onto the seafood. Guys, it smelled so good. And if you are a big fan of seafood like I am, this meal will really excite you, okay? And you have to give it a try. And if you do, let me know in the comment section below, or take a picture and just tag me on Instagram at Bex Flavor and let me know your creation of this seafood boil. Okay, if you made it so far in the video and you haven't yet subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe and become part of my Bex Flavor family, and also give me a thumbs up, like this video for me, share this video with all your loved ones and let them know what is going on this channel. Okay, don't forget to press the notification bell so that you get notified every time I upload a new video. And I hope that you enjoyed this video. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourself. Bye.